So today we'll see the arteries of the pelvis. The arch of aorta over there. Then from this arch of aorta, you'll get the descending thoracic aorta that runs downward and toward the vertebral body over here. Okay. Then at this point, you'll find the dome of the diaphragm over here, right? So and here you'll find the vertebral body. Okay, so these are the vertebral body. So just imagine this is the T12 vertebra, right? So at this level, the descending thoracic aorta that uh, actually ends over here. Okay, so this is a descending thoracic aorta. This is thoracic aorta. Okay, so at the level of T12, okay, at the level of T12, the thoracic aorta, it passes through the diaphragm. So this is the diaphragm. Okay, it just passes downward as a abdominal aorta. Right now, it is your abdominal aorta. So at this region, at the level of your L1 level, you will find a artery. No, so this is your what? Your celiac artery. No, from this celiac artery, you will find the splenic artery. From this celiac artery, you will get the left gastric artery. You'll get the right gastric artery, you'll get the common hepatic artery, right? All these things. Then just below to that, you will find there will be the superior mesenteric artery. Then below to that, you will find the inferior mesenteric artery. So these are the branches of your abdominal aorta, right? And this abdominal aorta at the level of your, here you can see in this diagram, in this image, this is your L5 region. Okay, so here you can see this is your L5 region, no? This one, right? This is your L5, lumbar 5. Okay, so at this region, what will happen? The abdominal aorta that will divide into two branches, no? So this abdominal aorta, just I am drawing this region to over here. This is the abdominal aorta descending downward, then it divides into two branches, right? Uh, one will be your right and the left common iliac artery. Okay, so this will be the left common iliac artery. Okay, left common iliac artery. So in this way, here you can see whatever the cut mark over here, no? This one is the right iliac artery. Here you can see that this is actually the right one, no? Right common iliac artery. So if you draw it like this, no, it will become, no. So here you can see this is your abdominal aorta, okay. But here you can see this one is your left common iliac artery, okay. So at the level of L5 region, the abdominal aorta, it divides into two branches, right? So left common iliac artery will go towards the left lateral part of the pelvis, and right one will go towards the right lateral part of the pelvis, right? Then this common iliac artery, it descends downward and laterally. Then at the level of your S1 and S2 level, again it okay, you just remember one thing, this is just running downward uh, at the level of your SI joint, right? So just anterior to the SI joint, you will find this common iliac artery. It is just descending downward, right? That's why if any dislocation or any fracture will be there to the at the level of SI joint, right? Then this artery can be compressed or that artery can be ruptured. No, so that will cause the severe fusion of the bleeding will be there. right? So you have to remember the landmark of this common iliac, left common iliac artery. Okay, then here at the level of your, here you can see this is a L5 region, no, so this is L4 and L5 region, then S1 region over here, no, S2 like this. So at this S2 and S3 level, and sometimes it is the S1 level, it just divides into two branches, no. So common iliac artery will divide into two branches again. Okay, what is that? One will be the external iliac artery. This is the external iliac artery, and this will be the internal iliac artery. Okay, internal iliac artery. Fine. So these two arteries. Now, what will happen? This external iliac artery, it gives the inferior epigastric artery, that will be the branch of this external iliac artery. Then you'll find the circumflex iliac artery. Okay, so two or three branches it gives, right? Then this external iliac artery, it it passes, it means it crosses by the inguinal ligament, right? So here you'll find the inguinal ligament. So where is the inguinal ligament? See, here is your ASIS, okay, and here you'll find the pubic tubercle and the pubic crest and your pubis, right? And this is your obturator foramen, right? So the inguinal ligament that attaches to the ASIS to the pubic tubercle. Okay, so this is a double fold aponeurotic fibers. No, aponeurosis of what? Your external oblique aponeurosis. No, inguinal ligament is nothing but the external oblique aponeurosis. Okay, the free margin of the external oblique aponeurosis, right? So this, though this external oblique aponeurosis, it joins between the two bones, right? Between the ASIS, here this is the ASIS, and this is your pubic tubercle, right? And here you can see the pubic symphysis and another side of the pubis, right? So this is your inguinal ligament. So at this inguinal ligament, what will happen? The artery, which artery? The external iliac artery. Okay, suppose this is your external iliac artery and this is your internal iliac artery of other side, right? Just I am drawing in this way, right? So this external iliac artery at this inguinal region, it is just coming in this way. Then it gives branches to the inferior epigastric artery. One branch will be there. Then you'll get the circumflex iliac artery that will go in this way. Okay, and then this external iliac artery, it will cross this inguinal ligament and will come downward, okay, towards the anterior compartment of the thigh, right? At this region, the name changes, this artery's name changes to, who can say which artery it will be?
Femoral.
Yes, it is known as your femoral artery. Okay, and right, so here you can see this is your, what is that, external iliac artery. So just descending downward, and here it gives a branch. No, so this is your inferior epigastric artery. No, so this inferior epigastric artery, this one, actually it is anastomosis with the superior epigastric artery, which is coming from your internal thoracic artery. No, from the subclavian artery. So here, our main topic will be here about the internal iliac artery, right? Okay, so now we'll see the internal iliac artery. So this is one of the two terminal branches of your common iliac artery, right? So here it arises in front of your sacroiliac joint. no, because it is just descending downward, no, just from to the sacroiliac joint. So at the level of sacroiliac joint only, okay, this internal iliac artery it arises. We are we are not studying about the external iliac artery because it is the part of your lower limb. Okay, when we will study the lower limb, at that time we'll discuss. Now the main artery supply to the pelvis is your, what is that, internal iliac artery. So just for your review, just remind the muscles over here. As you know that here we'll find, this is your, what is that, the symphysis pubis over here, and here you'll find the rectus abdominis muscle tendon, and it is just going upward, right? And here you'll find the levator ani muscle, right, which is your pelvic diaphragm, and here you'll find the coccygeal muscle over here, okay, and here also another side of the levator ani, and here you'll find the obturator internus muscle, okay, that will be present over here, and at this point you'll find the psoas muscle, okay, and the iliacus muscle over here, and here you'll find the s1, okay, s1, s2, s3, s4, s5, no, all these sacral nerves, they are arising from this, what is that, your sacral foramina, ventral sacral foramina, then they joins together and makes here the sciatic nerve, no, that already we have discussed. And here you know this is the your S1, S2, S3, S4 and S5. Okay, the sacrum over here, and this is the vertebral canal through which the uh, spinal cord that descends downward. So here you will not find the spinal cord because spinal cord ends at the level of L1 and L2. Okay, so here you will find the cauda equina, the roots of the spinal cord, and through here you will find the sacral hiatus. Okay, here the sacral hiatus, and so this is actually covered by the dura mater, pia mater, and the arachnoid mater. So we can infiltrate the antibiotics or any, you can draw the CSF through this sacral hiatus, no, without damaging much nerves, right? Then here just we'll see about this arteries, no. So see, it descends downward and backward. No, backward means towards the posterior over the pelvic inlet. Okay, because here you'll see this lining. No, so this line is your pelvic brim. No, this is your arcuate line. No, and this is your iliopectineal line. No, so this external iliac artery and the vein, they are just going through the arcuate line because they have to reach at the inguinal ligament and they will come out, right? But this one, it is going downward and posteriorly, right, towards the sacral region, no. Okay, now uh, here you'll find it divides again into two divisions. Okay, uh, it divides at the upper border of your greater sciatic foramen, okay, uh, into two divisions. No, one is your anterior division, and another is your posterior division, right? So this one will be the anterior division and this one will be the posterior division. So now we'll see that this anterior division actually it will supply whole over this pelvic viscera, the muscles over here, no. But the posterior division, that is going, you can see here many branches are coming out from this posterior division, and they are just passing through the sciatic foramen and going outside, right? That is making the gluteal arteries, no. As I have told you that from this greater sciatic foramen, superior gluteal and inferior gluteal arteries are coming, right? So here you'll see first the posterior division, okay. So this posterior division that supplies posterior abdominal wall along with that posterior pelvic wall, okay. How will say the posterior abdominal wall? Because here these branches are coming, no, see, these branches are going upward and they are supplying to your quadratus lumborum muscle, psoas major muscle, right? And you'll find the levator costae muscles, okay, and your multifidus muscle. All these muscles are actually they are also getting the branches from this what is that, your posterior division of the uh, internal iliac artery, right? uh, and also it supplies to the pelvic wall, no? Then it gives some branches uh, as a superior and the inferior gluteal artery. And that gluteal artery, here you can see this muscle is your piriformis muscle, right? So they are just either they will just pierce to this piriformis muscle and will go towards the gluteal region, okay, or it will just pass at the superior margin of the piriformis muscle. So superior gluteal artery will pass superior to the piriformis muscle, and inferior gluteal artery will pass to the inferior margin of the piriformis muscle, right? Then come to this anterior division. So this anterior division is the main important source of blood supply to the pelvic viscera, right? So here also it gives the branches, okay, that is the that is also going towards the gluteal region, right? So here you will see at the posterior division some of the branches are going in this way, okay. So you can say some superior branches are coming, but here it is coming downward, and again it also going towards the gluteal region through the inferior margin of the piriformis muscle, right? So it also gives branches to gluteal region. Also, it gives branches to the sciatic nerve. Okay, the sciatic nerve also getting blood supply from this internal iliac artery. Okay, then as the branches they are coming towards the perineum. No, here you will see. So this is your perineum. So the branches will also supply to the perineal region and to the pelvic viscera, right? Means to the uterus, to the bladder, to the prostate, to the urinary bladder, no, to the rectum. All this is actually by this internal iliac artery, but which division? Anterior division, okay. Then it also gives branches to the medial region of the thigh in the form of your obturator artery, okay. So obturator artery, that is also coming from this anterior division of the internal iliac artery, okay. So your medial compartment of the thigh, that is mainly you'll see some branches are coming, they are the obturator nerve, no, obturator artery, right? So all they are supplied to there. But the anterior division means anterior compartment of your thigh, that is by the femoral artery, okay. And posterior division of your thigh is by the profunda femoris artery, that is again the branch of your femoral artery, right? Then the fetus, it is attached with the umbilical artery, right? The left umbilical artery and the right umbilical artery, okay. So the right umbilical artery will be obliterated, okay, only the left umbilical artery will be there. So left will be left and the right will be obliterated, right? If you have studied the embryology, you can remember that. So these are the branches of your internal iliac artery. So here we'll see the obturator branch. Here we'll see the iliolumbar branch, okay. Then here we'll see from the posterior division what are the things are coming. So here you can see the iliolumbar artery, no. Iliolumbar itself, it says it is supplying to the iliac region and to the lumbar region, right? Then you'll find the lateral sacral artery. Two arteries are coming, okay, two branches. They are the lateral sacral artery that will go downward at the lateral margin of the sacrum, because at the middle of the sacrum another artery is there, that is the median sacral artery, okay. And the median sacral artery, that is not the branch of this iliac artery, that is coming directly from the abdominal aorta, okay. So at the sacrum you will find one is your median sacral artery, which is coming median, right? Median sacral artery, which is coming from the abdominal aorta, and the lateral sacral artery at the two margins of the sacrum. That that is the branch of your internal iliac artery. Okay, and the two branches are coming from that, right? Then here you will find the superior gluteal artery. Here you can imagine. So if this internal iliac artery is running downward, then posteriorly, so this is your posterior division. So obviously from here, the whatever the branch will come, that will go superior to this piriformis muscle. Okay. So the superior gluteal artery, that is also the branch of your what is that? Your internal iliac artery. Okay. Posterior division. Then from the anterior division, what are the arteries you will find over here? You will find the obturator artery. No, here you can see this is the obturator artery. It is passing through the obturator canal. No, I have shown you about the obturator foramen that is covered by the obturator membrane, but at the one point, that is there you will find the deficiency of the membrane. Okay, and that makes the canal over there, and through that canal you will see the obturator nerve, and this is the obturator artery. Okay, so that is just going outside from this pelvic cavity to the lower limb. Okay, like that you will find the inferior gluteal artery. Okay, you will find the inferior gluteal artery. Okay, so the inferior gluteal artery, that will be the branch of your anterior division of your internal iliac artery, but the superior gluteal artery, that will be the branch of your posterior division of the internal iliac artery. So we'll see the visceral branches over here, right? So as you know that this is the aorta. Okay, so here you will see the inferior mesenteric artery. No, then it runs downward. Here you will see the median sacral artery, right? What I have told you, that it is coming from the abdominal aorta, and that descends downward. Okay, along the middle of the sacrum, right? Okay, now here you will see this is your common iliac artery, and this common iliac artery at the level of your SI joint, it divides into two divisions as a internal iliac artery. Okay, and this is your external iliac artery, and this external iliac artery, and this is which nerve, who can say? Femoral nerve. Okay, this is the femoral artery, and this is your femoral vein, right? So here you'll see the vein is always medial at the front of the thigh. Okay, and nerve is lateral. No, VAN, vein. Okay, in these structures. So leave it. We'll review it in our lower limb revision. Now here you'll see this is your internal iliac artery, right? So this internal iliac artery divides into anterior branch. Okay, and this is your posterior branch, right? So in this way, what we'll see, from this posterior branch you will find the superior gluteal artery. Okay, these are the superior gluteal artery, and you will find the lateral sacral artery. And from this anterior branch you will find, you can see the branches to your obturator canal, no, and the branches to the urinary bladder, branches to the your the superior vesical artery, and the middle inferior vesical artery. Okay, they are the branches towards the urinary bladder. No, vesicle means urinary bladder, right? So here you'll find the umbilical artery. So the umbilical artery, it gives the superior vesical artery. Okay, so initially it was the umbilical artery for the fetus, right? But after the development, the umbilical artery left will be left. No, so one artery will be left. Okay, uh, one umbilical artery will be left, and the other will be obliterated, right? See, suppose I'll show you one thing. All of you have studied the embryology or no?
Yes, we are studying, but when we were in bachelor in the microbiology, we studied all the time.
Okay, see, here is the symphysis pubis. Okay, and here we will find the urinary bladder. Okay, so this is the urinary bladder. Okay, so here like this. Okay, this is your urinary bladder. Okay, this is the apex of the urinary bladder. Okay, and this is the base. This is the fundus of the urinary bladder. This is the neck of the urinary bladder, right? So here you'll find the umbilicus over here. So one artery will be obliterated. Okay, right one will be obliterated. Okay, and now this artery, the right umbilical artery, that is connected to the apex of the urinary bladder to the umbilicus, right? So this right one will be obliterated and will form your median umbilical ligament. Median umbilical ligament. Okay, that holds this apex upward, right? But the left one is left, no? So left umbilical artery, that will be left over here. Okay, and that artery will change its name towards the, what is that? Superior vesical artery. Okay, so superior vesical artery is nothing but the, so see, the superior vesical artery, that is nothing but your left umbilical artery. Okay, so the distal part of the artery, that is fibrous. Okay, and that will form your median umbilical ligament. Okay, so this median umbilical ligament, that is nothing but the obliteration of your umbilical artery. Then you'll find the inferior vesical artery in male. Okay, and vaginal artery in female, right? Here the spelling mistake, E is left, right? So you will find the inferior vesical artery. So this inferior vesical artery, actually that is supplying towards the prostate. Okay, prostate of the urinary bladder and neck of the urinary bladder, right? So that will be known as your inferior vesical artery in male. Okay, uh, but in female, it is, there will be no prostate, right? So it is supplying to the upper part of the vagina. That's why it is known as your vaginal artery. Okay, it also gives the artery to the vas deferens also. Okay, then you'll find the middle rectal artery. Okay, so this middle rectal artery and the internal pudendal artery, these two arteries, right, they will supply to the rectum over here. Okay, and the pudendal artery, that will supply to the your the urogenital diaphragm. Okay, and to the anal triangle. Okay, ischiorectal fossa. Okay, so if you have any doubt with ischiorectal fossa, anal triangle, or urogenital diaphragm, then you just message me in WhatsApp. I will take to that class. Okay. So here these branches, they are also going towards the rectum. Okay, because the rectum, it is supplied by from your inferior mesenteric artery. Okay, from the inferior mesenteric artery, one branch is coming to the rectum as a superior rectal artery. Okay, and from the internal iliac artery, one branch is coming as a middle rectal artery. Okay, and also it has a inferior rectal artery. Okay, that is coming from your pudendal artery, right? So all these, that they are supplying to the rectum over here. Okay, like that you'll find the uterus. No, so in uterus you'll find uterus and ovary, right? So uterus will take blood directly from the abdominal aorta. Okay, and that will also take the branches from the internal iliac artery. So how it happens? See, from this abdominal aorta, you will find the gonadal artery. Okay, gonadal artery in common. Okay, but in male, it will be known as your testicular artery, and in female, it will be known as your ovarian artery. Okay, So this ovarian artery that supplies to the ovary and also supplies to the uterus. Along with that, the internal iliac artery, that from that also you will find the uterine artery. That uterine artery will also supply to the uterus and to the cervix part and to the upper part of the vagina, right? Then mainly this internal pudendal artery, that is mainly supplies to the perineum. Okay, so perineum is another a big topic, right? So if you want to cover the perineum also, you can ask me. I'll do that. Then here you will find the first the visceral branches in female, right? So as you know, so this is the diagram. It is taken from your Grace book. Okay, so this diagram will find there. Uh, so here you can see this is the uterus over here. Okay, and this is the cervical part of the uterus. So we'll see the arteries. No, so one is your vaginal artery. Okay, here you can see this is the vaginal artery. They are also coming from the internal iliac artery. Okay, and the vesical artery. Vesical artery means what? To the urinary bladder. Okay, to the this is your vesicle. Okay, so here you just you have to remember one thing, that here is your ureter. No, ureter is coming downward and it is going to the posterior surface of the urinary bladder. Okay, at the same time the uterine artery, okay, that is also going in this way, right, from the internal iliac artery. Okay, so they are just crossing to each other. No, here the ureter and the uterine artery, they are crossing to each other, right? So during the hysterectomy, okay, if the doctor will be confused, then the doctor may cut the ureter, okay, and ligate it, okay, and the artery will be preserved. But what do we have to do? We have to first ligate the uterine, cut and ligate the uterine artery, and you have to preserve the ureter, right? So here is very clinically important point over here, right? uh, okay, leave it, that is not the topic also. So you'll find the uterine artery. So the uterine artery that crosses the ureter superiorly, okay, and supplies to the uterus and to the uterine tube. Uterine tube means the fallopian tube. Then we'll see the ovarian artery. Okay, as I have already told you, ovarian artery, that is not coming from this internal iliac or external iliac. It is coming from the directly from the abdominal aorta. No, so this ovarian artery, actually it is known as your gonadal artery. Okay, gonadal artery means either it may be the male or it may be female. In male it will become your testicular artery. In female it will become your ovarian artery. So in brief, you have to note it, right? We got the anterior division of the internal iliac artery and the posterior division of internal iliac artery, right? So one branch is your umbilical artery. That the artery gives branches to the vas deferens and the superior vesical artery. Okay, then the obturator artery, inferior vesical artery, middle rectal artery, internal pudendal artery, inferior gluteal artery, uterine artery in female, and vaginal artery in female. Okay, these two are the extra arteries. Okay, so all they are the anterior division branches, right? Then you will see the posterior division. Only three branches. What is that? Iliolumbar artery, that is supplying to the iliac region and to the lumbar region. No, all the muscles of the lumbar region. Then the lateral sacral artery and the superior gluteal artery. Okay, so these are the branches of your posterior division. Now the venous drainage, right? So the venous drainage will be just accompanied with the arteries. There is no so much you have to remember, right? All the veins, they accompany with the artery, like femoral artery, femoral vein, internal iliac artery, internal iliac vein, superior gluteal artery, superior gluteal vein. Okay, vesical artery, vesical vein. Okay, but thing is that the artery that is coming centrifugally, okay, but vein going towards the centripetally, right? It is going towards the center, it is coming out of the center, right? One thing. Then here you'll find the branches are coming out from this artery, but here the tributaries are going there. No, all these tributaries they collect the venous blood and they mix this. No, so down to up is the vein, up to down is the artery, right? So you never say that the branches of the vein. No, always say it is the tributaries of the vein. Okay, these are the tributaries. Okay, they are just taking the blood from this peripheral region and draining to this main artery. Sorry, main vein. Okay, then all these main vein they will unite together and make another chief vein like that. No. So here what you'll find, this is your external iliac artery. That means you will find the external iliac vein. Okay, so this external iliac vein will drain to your right or left common iliac vein. Okay, and right and left common iliac vein will drain to inferior vena cava, right? And from this inferior vena cava, it will pass through the liver and will pierce to the vena caval opening of the diaphragm. Then it will reach at the right atrium of the heart, right? So like that, if you'll find the umbilical artery, then umbilical vein. Okay, so all this the similar. Whatever the arteries we got, they are the veins. So here you'll find the internal iliac veins. So it collects the tributaries corresponding to the branches of your internal iliac artery. And here you'll find the common iliac vein that joins the external iliac vein in front of the sacroiliac joint to form the common iliac vein. Then the lymphatics of the pelvis. Okay, so here all these lymphatics they are actually surrounding to the artery. Which artery? Abdominal aorta, to the to the common iliac artery, to the internal iliac artery, and to the external iliac artery. Okay, now here you can see how this external iliac artery it is crossing to this inguinal ligament and forming here the femoral artery, right? And here you can see the rectum over here. So this is your internal iliac artery, and from here only you will find the branches to the all the viscera. Okay, and here you will find the celiac trunk, the superior mesenteric artery and the inferior mesenteric artery. Here you will find the renal arteries, both the side you will find. Okay, and this is your gonadal artery. Okay, gonadal artery, or you can say the which artery? Either testicular artery or the ovarian artery, right? And from here you will find the median sacral artery that is also descending downward. So surrounding to these main arteries and the aorta, you will find the lymph nodes, okay, and the lymphatic channels over here. Okay, so that may be the pre-aortic lymph nodes, that may be the peri-aortic lymph nodes. Okay, so here the lymph nodes and the vessels are arranged in a chain along with the main blood vessels, not to these small branches. Okay, but it is just surrounding to the main artery. And so here you'll find the external iliac artery. So the lymph node surrounding to that will be the external iliac nodes. Surrounding to the internal iliac artery, you'll find the internal iliac nodes. Then here you'll find the common iliac artery, and the surrounding nodes are common iliac nodes. Okay, so all this here you'll find this lymph from this common iliac nodes, and the ovarian region from the uterine tube, from the fundus of the uterus, they passes laterally towards the aortic nodes. Okay, so they are known as a para aortic nodes. Okay, so all these lymph they will drain either to the external iliac node or to the internal iliac node, and they have, you can see they are the chains. They will drain to your common iliac nodes, and this common iliac nodes that will drain to here. No, which one? Your main, your mm, uh, what is this node? I told para-aortic node. Okay.
Notes.
Yes. So it will drain to the para-aortic nodes, and from these para-aortic nodes here you will find the cisterna chyli. Okay. Here you will find cisterna chyli. That is the bag-like structure where all the lymph nodes they just deposits over there. Okay. And from this cisterna chyli, one of the duct is coming out. That duct is known as your thoracic duct. No. So this thoracic duct along with the abdominal aorta that crosses to the diaphragm at the level of T12. Okay, through the aortic hiatus, it is going towards the thoracic cavity. Okay, and it is just running right to the esophagus up to the level of your T4. Okay, thoracic vertebra, and at the T4 thoracic vertebra, this thoracic duct will be posterior to the esophagus, then it will become left to the esophagus, then that thoracic duct will go up to the root of the neck. Okay, then at this neck region it will drain to the, what is that, left subclavian vein. Okay, and the left subclavian vein, through that it will come towards the brachiocephalic vein. From the brachiocephalic vein it will go towards the superior vena cava. Okay, and from superior vena cava to right atrium. Okay, in this way the limbs are draining to the heart.